Robert Owiti, coming in from, I believe you're in Worcester, but he's originally from Kenya. And what inspired me to interview him is his energy, his gift, his vibrant nature at the gym. And then as I learned a little bit more about him, I was like, oh my God, the community needs to meet Robert. So thank you for being here.
It's an honor. Thank you for my invitation. I really appreciate.
Oh God, you're so humble and so kind. So can you tell the community where you originally stem from and how you came to be in America?
Um, I come from Kenya. First of all, my full name is Robert Owiti Oduor. I don't know if people can know my last name, the other name. Come from Kenya, born and raised in the village, to be precise. And yeah, and found myself in America 5 years ago.
I always find it so inspiring when I meet people who literally uproot their whole lives and change countries because it's such a different culture, I imagine. What made you want to come to America?
What made me want to come to America is okay. I've traveled to like different countries. Or like I said before, I was a dancer before. So
Oh, we'll
dance
get
had,
into that for sure.
yeah, so has made me travel to like different countries. And I'm one person who I've never like wanted to travel. Like I've never wanted to change. Like I've always wanted to stick to Kenya. But yeah, when the opportunity came to come to America, I grabbed it because I came through the lottery stuff. So yeah, when it came, it came. Funny enough, I didn't like someone helped me to apply, of which the person who helped me to apply missed the chance, but I got the chance.
Isn't that so interesting how the universe works, or God, however you define something greater than you, that it just works out the way it's meant to?
Yeah, yeah, it's because that was like you said, like God works differently because I never showed interest. I never had interest. The guy was my aunt. She was like, "Oh, just send me your details and I'll just upload them." Blah blah blah. And I just like forgot about it. Went on with my daily to day lives. Then at this point, I'm drinking like in a bar. I'm having fun, and he's like, "My aunt is like, can you check your email? Like, yo, there's the response." And I'm like, "Oh, so I've been selected." So that was it.
Wow. So are you the only person in your family that's in America?
Yeah, for like 4 years, I've been the only person. But my auntie just came like the other day. She's
Yeah.
like 2 months old. Actually, I even had I even had a call with her like an hour ago because it's now cold season. I was trying to prepare her with the call and with the car and stuff. I was letting her know, like, yo, whenever you're going to work or you're leaving the house, just make sure you start your car like 10 minutes or like, this cold season, just to protect your engine and everything. Like, yeah, I was just talking to her, preparing her about the cold season.
I
So
love
right now it's me and her.
So we'll get back to what it was like to transition to America. But as you alluded to earlier, you shared with the community that you were a dancer. So have you always danced? How'd you get into dancing?
And how I got into dancing. It's That's very funny. I never wanted to be a dancer. Most of these things that happens to me, I found myself into them because I've never wanted to like come to America, but the opportunity came and that's it. I grabbed it. So I never wanted to become a dancer. And after finishing high school, that is like 15 years ago, I walked into some theater and I wanted to be an actor, not a dancer. So when
Okay.
I walk in that theater, and the guy told me like, no, here we don't do acting. we do dance, and can you try dance? Then like, yeah, let me try dance, and boom, I got myself in one of the biggest dance company in Kenya that is called Sarakasi Trust. So that's how I got myself into one of the biggest dance companies in Kenya.
You know what's so fascinating, and I want to highlight for the community, is you, much like me, say yes to life. When opportunities present themselves to you, you say yes instead of going in your head and thinking, oh, well, what if this, what if that? Have you always shown up in life from a perspective of why not try instead of like being afraid to do something?
No, for me, I always, like I say, for me, it's I always go for it.
So
I always
always,
go for
your
it.
whole life.
Yeah, because when once come to us, there are only two things involved. It's either you fail or it works out. If it fails, you have another option. If it works out, go with it. Go with the flow, like you say. We go with the flow. So it's not it's, that's like I say. The worst that can happen is you can fail. That's it.
Did you uh, who do you attribute that mindset to? Like, did somebody teach you to have that perspective? Because here in America, a lot of people don't try things because they're afraid of failure, because then they beat themselves up instead of saying there's another option. So I'm just curious, did anybody influence that way of thinking for you?
I can say my grandmother, because it's just living in the village and the life in the village. The village is tough, and in the village is you have to go with it. You know, not like in the city. Sometimes life is sometimes the thing is when you are in the city, you have options.
Mm-hmm.
When it becomes tough, you can always go back home. But now, in this case, now you are in that home now. You find yourself in that situation, so you have to, because now there is nowhere you can go to. You cannot say like, oh, I'm gonna go to the city. No, no, because the city is already, the home is tough, so the meaning the city is tough. So I think also it's living. My grandmother was just the same. She was a person who, like, she didn't try things. She went for stuff, and if it fails, it fails. If it works out, it works out.
So what was it like living in a village? What made it tough?
I call it sweet tough, because like first of all, I grew up in a village where there was a lot of floods when it rains. So you can imagine a lot of when it rains, it's floods. Sometimes you when it floods, you don't go to school.
Gotcha.
It's the same with here when it snows. Sometimes school it pauses for a little bit,
Yep.
but yeah, there is when it rains, it's tough. No school for like a while until until the water evaporates or something or disappears. Uh, Life in the village is not smooth like life in town. That's it. Because
Yeah.
sometimes electricity, you don't have electricity, you don't have you don't have much stuff to enjoy in the village. But
Yeah.
it's also good because you I would say you enjoy good food, healthy food. But when you are a kid, you think that the food is not healthy.
Mm-hmm.
That's the point. So you feel like, oh, why were we eating this? Why those people eating pizza and stuff, and us we just eating like kales? But when you grow up, you realize like, no, those people in the village are living much more healthier than us in the city. You know what I mean?
Oh, for
So,
sure.
yeah. So life in the village is not easy. I used to take care of my grandmother's cattle. I don't know if you know about that, but it's grazing. It's called grazing. Doing grazing for the cattle. You leave home in the morning until dawn, until dusk, dawn to dusk, taking care of my grandmother's cattle.
And all you did was like make sure that they move from pasture to pasture to feed.
Yeah, to feed. Yeah, yeah, until around 6, 7.
Yep.
Yeah, then you come back, you milk them, Milking, there's no machine. You milk them with your hand, bare hand and stuff. So there's no machine. Basically, there's no machine in the village.
Yeah,
You have to do your laundry by yourself, your hands. So it makes you tough
yeah,
though. As
yeah.
much as much as you might feel is a torture, but it makes you tough.
I think you're right, and I think that I've had a pretty challenging life myself, but I don't regret it because it made me resilient, and I'm able to navigate the challenges of life. Whereas people, I think, who haven't had to work hard or move through really difficult experiences don't know how to navigate unexpected circumstances. So I agree with you. That is a beautiful gift that you were given, despite the fact that it wasn't always easy.
Yeah, the village is not easy. It's never easy. But like, because the mode of sometimes you only have sometimes you wanna go maybe you want to go to the market or and the market is far. It's like 5 kilometers or 10 kilometers, and there's only one mode of transport. Those days, not like these days. And it's probably one bus, and if that bus passes and leave you, just arrange your travel to tomorrow. There's
Yep.
no other option. It's either you walk.
Yeah, that's a lot, right? Because 10 kilometers, what? That's like 20 miles, right?
Yeah, that's like 20 miles. Yeah, yeah.
Ooh, okay, yeah. Okay, so then fast forward, you finish high school, you walk into this theater and you get selected to be one of the dancers for, this company. What was that experience like?
Yeah, it was a nice experience. But okay, what made me stick in that company is one, it's very funny. So when I joined the company, I was told like you will be for the period you are like training, you will be given like 200 Kenya shillings. That is like 1.5 dollar. Yeah, for like Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So it was exciting to me because you finish high school, you get like a whole 600 shillings like in a week, and coming from the ghetto. So what even motivated me to stay there is because of the money.
Yeah,
Because you come from the ghetto, you don't have like you don't have money, you don't have much. So at least someone offers you like 600 shillings like a week. That is good. uh then the next experience is traveling. Yeah, like we did a lot of local travels before we did international. Actually, my first dance company, I never traveled with them. That is another story. I will tell you. I never traveled with them. So my second company is the company that I traveled with a lot.
yeah,
Yeah. So that was it was called my second company was Kenya Performing Art Group, which is based in Kenya, but it has another link in the Netherlands.
nice.
So we used to do a lot of workshops in the Netherlands and in Kenya, like a program exchange.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So then that is the traveling that you did in the dance company where you kind of started to get more worldly views, like ideas of what different lifestyles could be like for you?
Yeah, it's the traveling thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the more you travel, the more you explore, the more you learn, uh, the more you realize like this world it's full of life, it's full of light, full of opportunities. The more you realize like there are different people, there are different culture. So it's the traveling part of it that made me realize all that.
Yeah, I love that so much. So, how did you dance all the way up until you won the lottery to come to America?
Yeah, because my last company now I was working with the government.
Yep.
Yeah, so I got an opportunity when I was selected because yeah, when I was selected, when I just went for an interview because my former director in my previous company told me like, yo, there is this opportunity with the Kenyan culture. Uh, you can go try. Then I went and tried and got selected. So up to then, I was dancing. Now then, now that's the when I got my selection for the green card staff. So I was dancing all through until 2017.
Wow. So you left dancing to come to America. What'd you do when you landed in America?
Hmm. What did I do? I was sweating. I didn't believe I'm in America. uh,
I love that so much. But
yeah.
like obviously you couldn't like well, you didn't jump into dancing when you got here. So how did you start to live in America? Like how'd you take care of yourself?
How did I take care of myself? I came through Georgia. That is something I didn't
That's
tell
why
you.
you were sweating.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I was sweating because I had this hoodie, like the Kenyan hoodie, and when we reached the airport, then there's a lady who told me like, you're putting on a hoodie. Welcome to Georgia. It's like, what's up with Georgia? So when I came out and it was like the heat was too much, that's when I flashed back and realized what the lady was telling me, like, yo, welcome to Georgia with that hoodie.
Oh my god, I love it. That's so funny. So
Sounds
how
like that was my first culture shock anyway. So the heat, because it was yeah, the heat was so strong.
yeah. Yeah.
I
I'm
was,
a New England girl. I'll visit down south, but it's too hot for me. But I imagine you were used to the heat coming from Kenya, no?
no, the thing about one thing I learned about America is seasons are extreme. When it's cold, and it's extremely cold. When it's hot and it's extremely hot. Compared to Kenya, that's not the case. Like it might be hot in Kenya, but it's not that too hot. Like it's moderately hot. But for uh for Georgia, I think it's something to do with, is it altitude or something? Yeah, it was high, and
Yeah. The
that was
humidity is whew, it's sticky.
yeah, and it's muggy and stuff and everything. I mean, the thing is, in Africa, we have all those seasons, but yeah, we got no time to realize, like, it's muggy because all the time you're in the move working, you don't even realize, like, it's not hot or it's muggy or something. You're just there.
Yeah.
But in America, when you come to America now, then when you realize, like, oh yeah, it's hot, and people don't pay attention too much, like in Africa, about that, because
Yeah.
people are going through a lot.
Yeah.
People are going through a lot. You don't even have time to realize like it's cold.
Yeah, you're just getting through the days. So the reason that I really I first wanted to interview you is because I watch you work out at the gym and man, you give it your all. But then as I started talking to you, you shared with me that you were drinking. You found
Oh,
yourself drinking a lot. Can you share a little bit about that story and how you kind of fell into drinking and what that did for you?
I was the best drunkard in Massachusetts.
I don't know. I think you and me could be equal to that, but I'll let you have that one.
Yeah, like I said, like I mentioned, I told you about my first dance company. The reason why I never even got an opportunity to travel with that dance company was my drinking problem. That is
Really?
one. Yeah, because
So you had a drinking problem in Kenya.
yeah, I've been drinking for Yeah, I don't know. I've been drinking for the longest time. Let me approximately say it's 15 years
Wow, okay.
because I
How'd you
started
fall into drinking?
because I started drinking in high school.
Is addiction prevalent in Kenya?
Sorry?
Is addiction, like alcoholism and addiction, prevalent in Kenya?
One thing I want you to do your research. When I quit alcohol, I've met so many friends and I tell them I don't drink. Then the first question is like, "Yo, you are Kenyan and you don't drink?" So that tells you what's up.
Wow. Okay.
So it's a people get surprised when you say like you don't drink and you're from Kenya. There are even some TikTok videos whereby this guy was saying like, "Hey, I think he's here in America. He's like, hey, our Kenyan friends, they sniff alcohol, they don't drink." So it's a big thing. I started drinking in high school, like it's a joke. It's like a joke,
Yeah.
and some you just get yourself into it. I was smoking and drinking at the same time, but thank God, smoking never took like never took never took me over like that, like alcohol. So I can't say like I was an active smoker
Yeah.
because I tried smoking. I can say like 2 3 years, then it
Yeah.
was gone.
So
So
you weren't able to travel in your first dance company just because you were drinking too heavily?
yeah, because my instructor could not cope up with my drinking problem. You know, I mean, you just know this guy is gonna cause trouble. If you already seen the trouble is causing locally, then you can't allow him to travel internationally.
Yeah.
He, he- the thing is, people try to protect their businesses, and
Yeah.
they cannot, you know, the only way they can protect their business is just to deal with the negative energy, and the negative energy is alcohol.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
most people don't want to work with, you know, people who drink and stuff, because I don't know. So I wasn't able to travel because of the alcohol issue. And when I quit that company, nobody told me to quit. Alcohol just told me to quit. Like I just woke up one day and said, I'm not going to that studio no more.
Mm.
Yeah. So when I went to my the second company, I also was drinking, but the instructor there could cope up with me with my drinking. But funny enough, in all my dancing career, I was never drinking when I'm going on stage.
Gotcha.
I used to drink after the performance.
Yep.
Yeah, but sometimes it just became too much because sometimes I drink and don't go for rehearsals. Then that's nothing. So the way my job ended for dancing for the second company is somebody told me to drink when I was almost going to perform, and my instructor noticed that I was drunk, and before I got into stage he told me, "Robert, go home, you're fired."
Gotcha. Yeah, it
And
happens that way. So, okay, so you're in Massachusetts and you just fall back into your old habits of drinking. What was the catalyst to get you to quit drinking? Because I myself quit drinking, so I know how hard that is. And it takes a lot of effort.
yeah, so what made me quit alcohol is I think it's two things. Maybe if it's a lot, it's maybe three. But first thing first is I was pulled over by cops 3 times in a row. Yeah. And when they pulled me over, they never gave me a ticket. Ask me why. It's even funny.
Why?
It's I was driving and drunk. And when the cops pulled me over, I'm like, yo, today I'm going to jail. There's no one, like even me myself, I know I am drunk. You know what I mean? Then they show up, it's like, hey, hello, sir. And the first thing I tell them, sir, I'm sorry, I'm drunk. I want, even if you don't ask me this question, I am drunk. Then like, oh, thank you for being honest. So what we're gonna do to you is there anybody who can pick you? Thank God I have friends who are very like, responsive. Like, yo, I call them, is like, bro, I'm in trouble. Where are you? It's like, I'm here with the cops and they're asking if someone can pick me up. So can you pick me up? Then my friends pick me up. So it happens to me like two, three times. Then I said, yo, the last time it won't be, it will be messy.
Yeah.
The best thing is to just stop. That's it. Because I don't want to ruin my, first of all, you don't want to ruin your status in America. Second, you don't want to ruin like, your driving license and stuff, so many things. And another thing that made me stop alcohol is what is it? What it is? Oh, my mom back at home. Because most of the time my mom will get worried every single time, especially if I told her like, yo, last night I was pulled over by cops, and it's like the next thing is she will start crying and praying and stuff. And I say to myself like, yo, you know what? I might be pleasing my friends, but the person who is getting hurt in all this is my mom. She's the one feeling the pain because I'm the only kid to my mom. I'm the
Wow.
only child.
You have no siblings.
No siblings, no sister, no brother, nothing. So it's like, yo, maybe today, if I die out of alcohol, then my mom has no one,
Mm.
So it really, really troubled her so much. And she wasn't at peace. And she's like, yo, if drinking, like, if you're drinking too much in America, then just come back home. There's no need of being there. And, I'm worried here every day about you. Like, every single day, I can't even sleep thinking about it. It's like, okay, now it's becoming a problem because my mom is like, she's even becoming sick about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I did that for her.
That's so beautiful. So, what was that? Because I imagine you drank regularly, right? Did you drink every day or
Yeah,
just in
I did.
excess when you? So, how did you break the habit of reaching for that drink? Because it is something that you are just used to doing.
So before that, so the last thing that also made me quit drinking is I told you I came through green card, right? And one day I sat down and said like, yo, so many people always wanted this opportunity to come to America, but they don't get it. I did my first try and went through. And it's like I just came to waste a whole 10 years green card with alcohol. That you have to ask yourself, like, someone else would have gotten the green card, would have made more progress, more than I do.
Mm.
So I was like, I'm not just gonna waste like a 10-year green card just in alcohol. Like, I have to change. Something has to change in me. Because realize I was like, someone needed the opportunity more than I do. And here I am now wasting it with alcohol. So that also made me quit. It's like, yo, it's not working.
But it's interesting because I am very spiritual and I believe that, to our point earlier, I believe God is love. So love works in mysterious ways. And the gift that you can bring back to Kenya, if you so ever choose, is helping other people break free from alcohol because you did so yourself.
Yeah. I even have friends. So the thing is, even if I quit alcohol, I never change friends. I never change. Though I had so many friends. I had so many friends when I was drinking because it's people you think that you're friends anyway. But all of a sudden they trimmed to like two or three. So they still drink. But the good thing is they always tell me like, yo, one day we know we will be like you at the end of the day. Like I even ask, it will just come to a point whereby we will quit. I tell them, yo, do your thing. Well, don't even force it because I never forced it.
Me neither.
Because yeah, so many people talk to me, so many people like judge me, like, and it never made me stop drinking. In fact, the more people talk nasty about me, the more I wanted to drink just to avoid people, and yeah, that, like, I don't know. I think it's
No,
something to do with the validation or something. It's like you just wanna. Sometimes you also just wanna please people.
yeah, we talked about that at the gym a little bit, and you were saying that you're learning that you have to do things for yourself more than worrying about other people now, which I love because I fundamentally believe that when we show up as ourselves, for ourselves, we show up as love and we're able to serve people in a healthier and more profound way. But again, I'm curious. So you have these three reasons and then you recognize you need to change. How did you go about making that change?
It wasn't easy. That is what the first thing I can tell you is what it wasn't easy. Because by the time I was quitting alcohol, I had some few drinks in my fridge. I had like two absolute vodka. So it was a struggle. Sometimes I would go like to my fridge and pick it up. And the same time, it's like, yo, Robert, you made a promise with yourself, no more drinking. Like, I take it back. So it was a struggle. And like the thing is, I didn't join gym immediately. I
Mm-hmm.
was taking time to see the progress because I just didn't want to quit it, then jump into like something else immediately. You you I think probably I was doing the healing process like slowly by slowly, just to discover like is it true, or is it a case of okay, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, then I'll go back, like let me see the progress. And like after 4 5 months I realized like, oh yeah, now it's true.
Yeah, you
Now
feel
it's true.
better, right?
Now, yeah, and I've always wanted to be a trainer in life, but alcohol didn't allow me to do so. Because when for a gym instructor, there are things you have to cut, like discipline. That's the key. You just have to be disciplined. There are
Yep.
things you just have to cut. Because I really wanted to go to the gym, but you see, I drink like every day, and on Fridays, Saturdays I cannot go to the gym. I'm I'm like the hangover is there. I still want to go back to the greasy food. Like it's just that it's not working. So that's also like, yo, I want to be an instructor, and now if I want to be an instructor, I just have to quit this. I just have to like change my way of life right now. And gym took over. Gym took over. Every time I felt like I want to drink, I'll pick my bag to the gym.
Yep.
If it's Friday, I feel like I want to drink alcohol. I just remember, the gym is just nearby. Let me go there, waste my time there and stuff, and come back.
And then so I mean, I see you put in the work. I'm like, damn. I mean, guys, I work out, but Rob is on a whole nother level. Um, then so you started getting results for yourself, and then how did you fall into starting to train? Because you now teach classes, I know because I took one.
Yeah, so how did I? Okay, the thing is, working out every day, waking up every day and working out every day is not easy.
Nope.
Consistency is not easy. And that is why most of the people fail. So I say like it's because when I started I was 210 pounds.
No, really?
Yeah, yeah, yo, I have like a big fat belly, like yo. I was like, yeah, it was big. I even remember when I went back home, when I went to see my mom. My mom was like, "Hey, you are fat."
You gotta love moms. They don't mince words.
No, no, she was like straightforward. You are fat. Even if you're going to hire a car, because when you go home, you want to hire like a car. Please take a big one because you're fat.
Thanks, mom.
Take an SUV. Don't take a small car.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Well, so I will share with the audience. There's a mid-cingulate cortex. It's part of your brain right here, and it is responsible for willpower. And something you said that I 100% agree with is when we consistently do the thing that's hard, that we don't want to do, but we know that we need to, we build willpower and resilience. And you and I both understand from our own journeys of choosing not to pick up the drink or the drug or whatever, and then choosing to do the hard thing, which is lift more weight or do cardio or whatever. We're building our resilience, but it doesn't mean that we start off having it. So would you say it's easier now for you to consistently show up to the gym than it was when you first started?
It's not easy still.
Okay.
It's never easy for even, let me tell you something, even the best, like, I don't know, the best bodybuilders, it's never easy. Consistency is, sometimes you just force yourself. So what I decided is like, okay, fine. The only thing that will help me in this, if now when I change this into a career,
Okay.
yeah, to maintain the consistency,
Yep.
because it reached a point where by now I was loving it. I
Yeah.
was loving it, and I was watching a lot of instructors' videos and stuff. Especially, I watch Billy Blanks a lot. He inspires me a lot, a lot, a lot. He's one old guy, but whatever he does into the fitness world, especially Thai boxing, is like, yeah. So I was like, the only way I can beat this is now change it into a career. And
Yep.
now, yeah, it's now a career. I
Yeah.
went and did my IESSA for group fitness.
Yep.
I'm more comfortable with group fitness, being a group fitness instructor, but still working on my personal fitness instructor.
It's so fascinating because you're such a personal guy. You would do amazing at one-on-one fitness.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's a learning process because
It is. Yeah.
one thing about me that people don't know, I don't love education. I don't love like reading. It's not my thing. Even the time I was doing like group fitness stuff, it took a lot of dedication. Like it really took a lot. So when it comes to personal training, when it comes to group training, it's a little bit easier.
Yeah.
And when it comes to personal training, it's much more of detailing. It's a lot of detail because you're dealing with one person.
Yep.
It requires a lot of concentration on this person, and sometimes being a personal trainer, you encounter so many like questions. Sometimes you can't even ask, or you can't even like answer all of them.
Yeah.
But it's a learning process. Like, I know being a group fitness instructor is comfortable for me, but sometimes it's just good to move out of your comfort zone, which I'm through group fitness. I'm trying to, like, interact with people, get more comfortable, and at some point now get into like personal training stuff.
I love that. So with all of your wisdom and your bravery, because I for anybody who leaves their home country and uproots and goes to another country, that to me just is mind-blowingly awesome. What's one thing that you've learned about yourself that you didn't know before you've gone through all of these challenges and hardships?
What's one thing I've learned about myself? I'm smart, but I didn't know.
Mm,
Yeah, I'm smart, but I didn't know. Sometimes it's just the mentality that things are tough. But like you say, you just have to go, like, you just have to do it.
yeah.
Like that's a sneak peek. Right now, I'm working on my website for my company because I was starting my own company.
Woo, woo! Yeah.
And I was like, is it really me who is doing this? Because normally when I see people doing them, it's like these guys are doing super rocket science. What are the people doing? But now it reached a point where I can do it. Then it's like, okay, then whatever the mentality I had, like, because I asked myself, they can do it, why not?
Boom. Yeah.
Yeah, they're like people, they're just people like me at the end of the day. What is my fear? Like, what is my worst fear? My worst fear is it's gonna fail, and what if it fails? You don't stop there. You have another option.
Oh my God, I love you so much, Rob. You have no idea. All right, so so you kind of alluded to that you're building your own website for your company. Will that be fitness inspired, or what's your company going to be?
Yeah, if the company is all about it's about fitness inspired.
I love that.
It's about fitness inspired. Maybe I confuse with the entertainment because I'm also like an MC. I do hype sessions in the clubs.
Okay.
Yeah, I always do at Bets. I don't know if you know Bets, Grafton Street, every
No.
Saturday. Oh yeah, every Saturday. That is you know where the MVP barbershop is?
Yes.
It's just opposite the MVP barbershop.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
me and Nana are gonna check you out. I promise you that. All right, last question, and then stay on after I hit record because I don't want you to hang up yet. What's one thing that you would want to leave the listening audience with that you think could help anybody watching this show either change something they don't like about themselves or believe in themselves more, whatever it is? What's a piece of wisdom you want to share?
Uh, it's nothing new. People always say it, so I'm not gonna say something that is out of this world. It's just be you. Be you.
So much.
There's 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 room for failure. There's room for improvement. All these are meant for human being. You have to fail at some point, and it doesn't matter how you fail, decisions, what, it doesn't matter. But at the end of the day, just pick it up and move on. Just be you. Because there are so many, a thousand advices in this world. Because what I realize, people will advise you according to what helped them. But at the same time, the world is moving. Whatever happened yesterday won't happen tomorrow.
Yep.
Whatever worked for you yesterday might not work for me today. So just be you. There's no manual in life. We don't know what happens tomorrow. There's no manual that tells you like, oh, tomorrow you need to wake up, tomorrow you don't know. You don't know what happens tomorrow. So
Yeah.
just be you.
Oh my God, I could spend hours with you, Rob. You have no idea. This has been such a gift. For anybody who wants to follow Rob, I will have his information and the details. You can follow him on social media. And then when his website comes up, I'll be sure to share that with the community. Rob, stay on, don't hang up. But thank you so much, community, for just listening. Please share any feedback and thoughts and share this interview with anybody you think could benefit from it. Rob, thank you so much. This was such a gift and a treasure to me.
You're welcome. Happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah, you too.